So in this demo, we're going to add another stage into our application. We currently have staging environment that's successfully deployed, and now we are going to add production environment. To do that, let's switch to our terminal and open the CDK app. Here we are adding a new object for our demo application. Then we just need to add another stage. And this is how you add another stage with CDK pipelines. But we also want to have manual approval before our app is deployed into production after staging. To do that, we can add pre-activities before our app is deployed. So we need to add a manual approval step, and that's it. Before we proceed, I'd like to share with you one of the features that I mentioned in the previous demo, and that is called self-mutate. Let's switch to the pipeline in the pod pipeline dashboard so I can explain clearly. After build stage, here we have update pipeline stage. In this stage, we have a code build to perform operations for our CDK app to self-mutate. And this means you only need to deploy the pipeline once to get it started. And after that, the pipeline automatically updates itself when you add new CDK applications or stages in the source code. This is super useful, so we don't need to do manual deployment anymore and only need to push our codes into our repository. Now let's switch back to the terminal and push our codes. You can see that the pipeline is triggered when we push our code. After a while, we can see that our pipeline is successfully self-mutated and successfully deployed to staging. In the next stage, we have our new production environment. And it's not deployed yet, as we need to manually approve this request. We can simply open the dialog, approve it, give it a clear reason, and click this button. Then our pipeline is continued and going to deploy to production. Let's wait for a while. Once our app is successfully deployed into production, we can also test it. If we click this link, which will lead us to the CloudFormation dashboard, then we click on the Output tab. We can see all the resources created here. And we can use this URL endpoint to interact with our backend API. And we have response from our API, means that it's running properly. And by having separate environments, it helps us to isolate any issues, and we can continue to develop with confidence, knowing the changes will not interfere from one environment to other environment. And that is how you integrate IaC with CI/CD using CDK and CDK pipelines for two different environments and using manual approval.